Let's come onto our backs. And I have my knees bent, but you can have your legs straight or your knees out to the side. See what's going to feel good to you. And resting your hands either on your body where your breath is, or maybe out to the side on the ground. And letting the eyes close. Breathing in fully to the belly, to the ribs, to the chest. Breathing all the air out. Stay with your breath. See if you can feel the breath from the inside. Bringing your mind inside the body to the breath. Just a few more deep breaths here. Okay, now let's bring the right knee into the body and straighten the left leg out. Flexing the left foot. The right foot can relax. And continue to breathe deep and slow. Belly, ribs, chest. And then focus on the exhale, really drawing the belly down and emptying the air out. And in that emptying, see if you can bring that right knee in a little more. Inhale long, reaching out of the left heel. Imagine breathing all the way down to that foot. Just pretending with your mind. Exhaling all the air out. Practice with the fullest expression of breath that your body permits. So taking your time, and especially on that exhale, often we move on to the next inhale before we've really finished releasing all the air. It's kind of a good metaphor for life, right? Always doing 1,000 things and having this mind that's moving on to the next thing before we're fully finished with the thing we're in now. We want to really give our attention to this breath fully and not be in a hurry to take the next inhale until we've really emptied this exhale. Okay, now bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot and lift the foot up so the sole of the foot faces the ceiling, and bring the left arm overhead. And as you inhale, reach long from the left hand to the left foot. Staying with that complete breath, but maybe here emphasizing the inhale more. Each phase of the breath furthering your stretch. So notice how the inhale helps you deepen the stretch, and also how the exhale does in their own unique way. Totally different. Keep pressing out long through that left heel. And then take the left arm out to the side, and then take the right leg out to the side. So maybe you want to support it from below, maybe from above. Some of you may be able to hold on to the foot still, but you only want to do that if the leg is straight. You don't want to sacrifice the leg being straight just so you can feel like, oh, I've got my foot. So what? Have your foot, have your thigh, it doesn't matter where your leg is. See if your mind is attached in some way to wanting to go deeper. That's not going to serve you. The best way you can practice is to be fully accepting and interested in exactly where your body is, where it goes. Then once you're there, try to relax into that. Maybe there's an intense stretch going on. Okay, feel that. Breathe with it. Soften. Try to be with it in a way that doesn't resist it and really lets it be. In the letting be, there's often a letting go and then a deepening. So that's the real irony, is that only in not wanting to go deeper can you go deeper. And you can't trick it. So see if you're trying to pretend, if you're strategizing, oh, okay, I'm going to pretend to accept this so that I can go deeper. It doesn't work. It's kind of funny. Then we'll take that right leg up, straight up, holding behind the back of the leg. Point and flex the foot. Hold the flex position. Take a deep breath in, really deep. And then as you exhale, slide your hands up toward your heel, lift your head, tuck your chin, and then relax the backs of the shoulders toward the floor. And if your head doesn't like this, you can stay with your head on the ground. That's fine. Your choice. If your shoulders are off the ground, just feel the backs of the shoulders dropping. Keep the foot flexed. Now, breathe long. Imagine that you're breathing up the back of the body. Imagine that you're breathing up to the crown of your head. Good. Now, when you're done with your inhale, take an extra sip of air on top of that full breath. Full inhale and then more. Top it off. Exhale. Scoop the belly in. Your left foot is still flexed. Your right foot is still flexed. Keep taking an extra little bit of air on top of the in-breath. If your head is lifted, lower it down. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg. Take your right arm out to the side. If you happen to be able to grab your right big toe, you can do that instead. Otherwise, hand to the outside and start to steer that leg across to the left. Turn your head to the right and keep your right hip on the ground. Breathe slowly, moving with the exhale. Inhale deep and feel where the breath goes. And then on the exhale, see if you can relax and maybe move more to the left, or maybe not. Just relaxing is all you need to do. And then we'll let that right knee bend and come all the way over to the floor on the left side. Keeping your head turned to the right. Maybe the knee doesn't reach the ground. Maybe you want to make a fist with your left hand and support that right knee. Breathe deep and try to relax your right shoulder. Feel the breath and the way that it moves around the twist. Now, we're going to roll back up to our back and let that right foot land on top of the left knee with the left knee bent. So left knee bent, right ankle just above the left knee. Clasp your hands behind the back of your left leg. And then lift the left foot to the height of the right foot. And when you exhale, press the left foot toward the right foot. Inhale and just feel the expansion of the breath. Exhale, relax, but also press the foot toward the other foot. Good. And now release the right leg down and continue to hug the left knee to the chest. Flex the right foot and feel the movement of the breath. Again, really taking the exhale all the way out, bringing the belly in and maybe relaxing inside that left hip crease and letting that left knee come in a little more, perhaps. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. No problem. Good. Now we'll take that that left hand, and bring it to the inside of the left foot. And then move the foot back until the bottom of the foot faces the ceiling. And then the right arm comes overhead. The right foot flexes and reaches out long away from the right hand. And you feel the length of the breath moving through the length of the body. reaching long through hand and foot. And then bring the right arm out to the side and straighten the left leg out to the side, either continuing to hold the foot if you can with a straight leg, or holding the leg wherever you can, from on top or below, whichever allows you to feel like you can release more. Let's turn the head to the right. So I didn't say this on the other side. We want, not only do we want to not be focused on trying to get the leg to the ground, but most of you will be able to get the leg to the ground if you bring the leg away from you, so it's not out to the side, but it's more like a 270 not 270, like a 120-degree angle as opposed to a 90-degree angle. You want to try to have the leg be at least 90 degrees out to the side from the body. Some of you may be able to have smaller, like moving the foot closer to the shoulder, maybe more like 70 degrees. Don't worry about that. But you want to have the leg straight out to the side and not feel like, oh, I can bring it to the ground and then lose that right angle. Hope that makes sense. Try to relax. If the leg can't relax, can the face relax? Can the belly relax? Can the mind relax? Okay, let's bring that leg straight up in the air. Clasp your hands behind the back of the leg and point and flex. Really pressing up through the heel and out through the toes. Closing the eyes and placing your awareness inside your foot. See if your entire world right now can become just a foot. And then hold the flex position. Take a breath in. And then exhale if you can, and if you want, slide your hands up your leg. Feel free to keep your head down if you prefer. Lifting your forehead toward your knee. If you're in that variation, then drop the backs of your shoulders toward the ground. Both feet are flexed. Long, slow breath. And then after your inhale is complete, top it off with an extra sip of air. And we'll do that for all the breaths in this position. When you do that extra sip of air, those of you who have your head off the ground, see if you can reach out through the crown of your head a little more. Scoop the belly in on the exhale. If you're lifted, lower your head down. Release that left arm out to the side and either grabbing hold of the big toe with your right hand or anywhere on the outside of that leg. And then start to move your left leg across your body to the right side, staying grounded in your sacrum. So you're not flipping your body over yet. That will do in a moment when we twist. Now we want to keep our lower back flat on the ground and just aim the leg across. You'll get more of a stretch if you stay rooted through your left hip than if you lift it. Relax with that exhale. Relax. Feel the expansion of the inhale. Sorry, I forgot to say, turn your head to the left. Mostly that just helps you stay rooted into your left hip. And then we'll let that knee bend and bring it all the way over toward the floor on the right. And again, if it doesn't come down, maybe you can stack your right fist under the knee. It may still not come down. Doesn't matter one bit. You're in a pretty deep twist, aren't you? Who cares where the knee lands? Release the right side into the ground. The more you let the bones of the right side support you, the more you can let go of the muscles and the more you can relax into the twist. Deepen the breath. Relax your left shoulder. Imagine you're trying to breathe in to reach your left shoulder. Maybe it goes there, maybe it doesn't. It's okay, just have that intention and imagine it. Roll back onto your back, placing the left foot above the right knee with the right knee bent. Hands will clasp behind the back of the right leg. Then lift your right foot to the height of the left foot. And when you exhale, press the right foot toward the left foot, keeping both feet flexed. Take your time and inhale deeply. All the air you can take. Exhaling all the air out, relaxing while pushing the foot toward the other foot. Good. Now release your hands. Return the right foot to the ground. Return the left foot to the ground. Let's open both knees out to the side with the soles of the feet together, resting the hands at the inner thighs. Now imagine that you're breathing into where your hands are resting. Again, we're just using our imagination. So the hands are kind of like straight down from the shoulders, resting on the inner thighs. And it just gives you a focus point of where you want to imagine your breath going. So feeling the point of contact of the hands on the thighs, you bring your awareness to that sensation of touch, and using your awareness there, you can pretend that you're breathing there. And release the hands. And then roll over onto either side. Just resting here for a moment. And then pressing yourself up slowly, coming onto hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Finding your table and really feeling like the weight of your body is sinking down into the four legs of the table. So you really feel the bones in the arms and in the legs releasing into the earth. And again, the more we put weight in the bones, the less we need to use the muscles and the more we can move deeply into the positions. So we'll start with an inhale in the belly. Roll the breath up to the chest, reaching the eyes up. And then exhaling, pulling the belly up, curling the tailbone down, dropping the head down, lifting your back like a scared cat. And then curling the tailbone, breathing into the belly, rolling the breath up the belly to the chest, the eyes reaching up. In your cow pose, move. And your cat pose, meow. Helps me to see that there's a kid practicing along with us today. It's nice not to take things so seriously. Really know that these poses are oftentimes meant to embody these animals, so can kind of bring the animal spirit in with us. Nice. And then come back to your table pose. And we'll send the left leg back and then lift it up to the height of the hip, keeping your gaze down, and take the right arm forward. Sometimes this is called monkey pose. Pull the belly up to support the back. Lengthen out those extended limbs. Breathe. Good. And then we'll bend that left leg and reach the right hand back. Try to take your left foot. If you don't reach the foot, but you can reach your pants, or you have a towel or a strap that you want to use to wrap around the foot, go ahead and do that. And then we'll start to kick the foot up and back, up and back. Good. Take the gaze straight up. So right hand takes left leg, just in case you have that backward. Looking up so that there's a nice curve from your foot to the top of your head. Kick up, kick up, kick up. Good. And then release the hand. Come and bring that left knee to the left elbow. Those of you who like to work harder, you can curl your right toes under and lift your right knee. Good. And release down. Beautiful. Take the right foot back and then lift it up so that it's the height of the hip. Keep your gaze down. Notice how my head is in line with the rest of my body. I'm not looking in front of me and curving my neck. You have just a natural curve in your neck. And then the left arm comes forward. Slow, long breath, balancing, breathing. And then that left hand will come back and find the right foot if possible. And then kick the foot both up and back. And now we look up. Spread the breath up into the chest. And release the left hand down. Come and bring that right knee to the right elbow. And if you want, you can curl the left toes under and lift the left knee. And release down. Good. We've been on our hands for quite a bit. So let's just fold the left hand under. Maybe lean the hips back a little bit to deepen that stretch. Good. And then we'll do the other hand. So the entire back of your right hand is on the ground. And maybe the hips pull back a little. Stay with your breath. Good. Release the hand. And then we'll start to walk the hands forward. We're going to leave the hips over the knees and just let the upper body move, sinking down into a puppy pose. Maybe your forehead comes to the ground, maybe your chin, maybe your cheek. Now I want you to imagine that somebody is petting the back of the puppy, and the puppy relaxes its back under the weight of that hand, letting it sink down even more. If you're on a cheek, switch to the other one. Good. Come back to center if you're on a cheek. And then we'll all lift up, walking the hands in, sending the hips back, folding forward. Walk the hands over to the right. Right hand alongside the body. Push into that right hand, sending the left hip back. Reaching out of the left fingers. Cannot tell you how much I love this stretch. It's so simple and it just feels so good to my body. I hope you like it too. Feel all the space that your left side has for breath, and make even more space by having even more breath. These deep breaths are like a house cleaning. You know, you're really able to let go of all the dust and debris that settles and kind of makes things not as sparkly. When you breathe deeply and exhale all of that out. Let's take it over to the other side. So as you probably know, we had our winter solstice yesterday. We're coming into a new age, and it's a really ripe time to really be clear about your intentions and what you want to manifest. And I think the practice that we're doing, this deep breathing and deep stretching, really helps open up the space for possibility, for clarity, for creativity. Letting go of what's old and doesn't serve, and bringing in the fresh prana, the life force, the aliveness, all the abundance that the earth and this universe offers. We can take that in with each breath. Letting go of stale, stagnant energies, old ways of doing things that just don't quite work. Good. And come back to center. Arms stretched out long in front. Lift your hips off your heels. Spread your fingers wide. Curl your toes under. Take a breath in. And exhale. Lift your knees. And lift your hips. Drop your head. Push forward into your fingers. Press back through your thighs. Press down through your heels. Let's try to press the left heel down without bending the right knee. Just focusing on the left heel. Right leg is straight, but all the weight is in the left foot. Pushing forward with the hands, bringing the ribs closer to the thighs. And then changing and pressing down more into the right foot. See if there's any difference in how you're using your hands. And then with an inhale, lift the right leg, look forward, and step the right foot up. You can stay here in a runner's lunge, or you can bring the knee down into a lunge. You can bring your hands up onto your thigh, maybe just lifting the left arm, or maybe lifting both arms. So many options, listening to your body, finding the one that works for you. Good. Now we'll all bring the right hand down onto the right leg and lift the left arm up. And then bend over to the right side. Keep the hip down. Maybe turn the gaze up. Good. And release the hands. Step that right foot back, come into downward dog, pressing both heels down. And then inhale, lift the left leg up, looking forward. Exhale, step the foot up between your hands, finding whichever version of lunge you like. Okay, now everybody put the left hand down on the left thigh, and you kind of use that to press down to lift the ribs and spine up. Right arm reaches up and take it over to the left side. Keep the hips down and forward so you're still in your lunge. Left foot is under the left knee. Gazing up, if that works for your neck. Good. Bring the hands down. I'm going to shift the hips back. Sit on the buttocks with the right foot to the outside of the right hip and the left leg straight. Flex the left foot, inhale up, exhale over. Relax the arms, the head, face. And unfortunately, we're running out of time, so it'll be a short stretch there. Inhale up. Exhale the hands down. Change the legs. Left foot bends alongside. If that's hard on your knee, then just bring it to the inside of the right leg instead. Flexing at the right foot, inhale up. Exhale over. Relax the shoulders, the hands, the face. Still breathing deeply in and out. Feeling the whole in-breath, the whole out-breath. And inhale, roll up, reach up. Exhale the hands down. And then bend the right knee, bend the left knee, and come down onto your back. And lift the hips, tuck the tailbone, release the legs, shake them out. If you have an eye pillow, you can place that on your eyes. Let the arms rest out to the side. Let the feet rest. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Release the bones into the earth. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth. Release the jaw. The lips part slightly. And then inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth. Release the thoughts, the worries, the memories, the pictures, the fantasies, the planning, all of it gone. 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 Releasing the deep breath. All the effort to breathe deeply comes to rest now. No effort to breathe at all, just the breath that happens. Resting awareness in wherever you feel the breath, however it may be. It's perfect right now. See if you can feel the breath with that mindset. Everything is perfect right now. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, no one to be. Just this breath, deeply relaxed, letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move the fingers and the toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest and rock side to side. Feeling the ground massaging your back. Come center, rub hand to hand and foot to foot, waking up the energy in the body again. And then roll onto either side, resting your head on your underside arm, resting your body on the ground. And see if there's an intention that you'd like to put into this next phase that the world is going into. What energies would you like to cultivate? What energies would you like to move away from? What reality do you want to manifest? Just visualize it. See it as though it's already true. Hold that with you as you come slowly up to sitting. Sinking down into the sit bones, lifting tall through the head. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in and let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.